y'all see that movie Dear White People? Movie that received a ton of criticism because of the fact that white people didn't like the title Dear White People. Well, they got a Netflix series coming out called Dear White People, probably based on the same thing. And guess what? White people are at it again. They're crying and they're whining and talking about boycotting Netflix because of the fact that a series called Dear White People is coming out.
God, I feel so offended. I'm a white guy, and I can't believe that they have a Netflix series coming out called Dear White People. Oh my gosh, this is like genocide on the entire white race. Everybody just hates us. I'm gonna just boycott everything that offends me.
Seriously, what is the big deal? Y'all are always boycotting something whenever your feelings get hurt, whenever you feel like anything is being directed towards white people as a whole, y'all just get so freaking butthurt and offended at everything. It's a Netflix series, not a freaking court order threatening to throw white boys in jail for walking around with Justin Bieber style hairstyles in the same manner that they lock black boys up for sagging their pants in certain states. I mean, seriously, y'all always boycotting something. I mean, it don't make no sense that I often check the news and every now and then I'm always seeing some type of headline about white people boycotting Star Wars for having a black lead character, or Starbucks for hiring refugees all around the world, 10,000 refugees over the next 5 years, or Netflix for having a show series up called Dear White People. Where's the outcry for Flint, Michigan? Apparently they still haven't had their water fixed. They're still dealing with chemical water that's poisoning and messing up people's health. And I don't see no outcry from white people concerning that. But I see white people getting all offended and bent out of shape and moaning and groaning whenever they see anything that talks about their dirt, that talks about them as a people, anything that doesn't paint them in a good light, or even just things that basically put other cultures on a pedestal. Anything that puts black people on a pedestal, anything that puts Muslims or Latinos or anybody else in the world on a pedestal besides white people, they feel like it's promoting hatred and genocide against their own kind. What's the matter with y'all? White people are so offended and hurt at everything, especially anything black. It can be black marriages and couples.
Black men saying that they love black women, or black women saying that they love black men. Black men putting the black woman on a pedestal by saying, "You're beautiful, you're a beautiful black queen."
White women come on a post like,
"All women are beautiful."
Teaching your kids black history, dressing Afrocentrically,
loving your culture,
pointing out white history,
eating freaking foo-foo,
listening to rap music, not being able to use the term nigga. Tick the heck off at our people for wearing their hair natural.
I could go on for the rest of the night, but I think I'm gonna just end this segment by saying, etc.
And the sad part is the fact that many of them are so reprobate to where you cannot reason with them. You cannot talk to them. It's like talking to a freaking albino brick wall. They can't see their logic in the situation. They can't see that them complaining about a movie casting a black character, or TV series called Dear White People, or little trivial stupid things like that, is not comparable to all the trail of tears and the genocide and the broken treaties and the slavery and the bombing of other countries and all the hell that they have wreaked upon the face of the earth. They've somehow mentally and internally convinced themselves that they are going through the struggle and that they are experiencing racism and discrimination at the hands of other races because of the fact that you have situations in which other cultures might be put on a pedestal, particularly African American or just any type of indigenous black culture. And you know, the funny thing is this too, y'all get offended whenever other people decide to love themselves and to basically be for their own kind and whatnot, yet I don't see y'all exhibiting this whole let's include everybody doctrine. I see white people backing white people up, whether it's with loans or low mortgage rates or better jobs and not being discriminated against on the job and all kinds of privileges, not being racially profiled by the police because of the fact that the police look like you. Y'all get really ticked off and y'all pass deceptive labels and stereotypes on whole groups of people, saying things that are just so offensive, calling all Mexicans illegal rapists, immigrants, and calling black people thugs and criminals, and calling Arabs terrorists who like to go forward with suicide bombing, and all this offensive rhetoric that y'all put out there about other races, but then you turn around and you get offended when there's a TV show called Dear White People. My thing is, if y'all are offended, then I think y'all have made a blatant confession that everybody else in the world, based off of the circumstances of everything that has happened in the world, and based off of the circumstances of the kind of things that y'all get offended at, that everybody has like 500 times more of a right to be offended at everything that you white people do. Honestly, looking at everything, white people, you ain't experienced nothing. At least not yet. Now, there's going to come a time in the world where things are going to be switched around, and basically the Most High is going to inflict the law of reaping what you sow onto you all as a people. And you can see that already happening now. You can see the BRICS nations coming up with their own currency and leaving the US dollar, and you can see the European infrastructure is starting to fail. Their systems are starting to crash, and basically people are getting sick of Europe. They're getting sick of Europeans. They're getting sick of this whole mindset of colonialism that has encompassed the entire planet. And so naturally people are gonna turn away from y'all, and the law of reaping what you sow is gonna be in effect. You know, movies like The Road or The Book of Eli, where all European countries, America, Great Britain, and all the places like that are basically hellholes with no type of law and order. Just everything is just so messed up. Everybody is fending for themselves, and everything is just all out of whack. You know, TV shows like The Walking Dead, where it's like a dystopic post-apocalyptic film or something like that. Yeah, that's going to come to European countries very soon because of the fact that they are so hypocritical, and they don't understand the law of reaping what you sow. They are very hypocritical, and they pass these laws and ideologies off on other people, expecting other people to hold burdens that they themselves wouldn't lift with one finger. White people, you can cry and whine and be offended and scared and all of that stuff all you want, but you gotta understand that sooner or later, with this current attitude that you all have with just consuming all the world's resources and not sharing with other nationalities and being cold-hearted and wicked towards everybody, that you are going to reap what you sow. And when you do, it's going to be a situation, in all honesty, where you're going to finally have something to complain about. Right now, y'all ain't got nothing to complain about, so y'all just making up stuff. Oh, I don't like that black actor, or I don't like this TV series, or I can't believe you said rest in peace Mike Brown, or they're just finding things to be offended at. Well, y'all are gonna have something to be offended by very soon. And with that, I will say, I'm not gonna say shalom, because that means peace in Hebrew. So I'm just gonna say good night.